So welcome everyone. This is your session for clarifying PGMP preparation related doubts. I do this session more or less every month, and by default I talk about what is the overall criteria for doing PGMP, what is the process, and taking care of any specific queries you might have related to PGMP certification. Now, first thing which we started in our informal conversation before we started recording, that if someone is working as a scrum master, taking care of multiple scrum team, maybe you call them release train engineer, and many a time the organization look for program management skill from that person, and the person might have done safe and agile coaching related programs. Should he go for PGMP directly or should he do PMP first? Yeah, that's the question to start with. In general, my recommendation is the PMP first. Reason being, the PGMP, though this program is about PGMP, is not that much visible in job interviews. PGMP work as a differentiator, not as a search criteria. So when you have PMP in your CV and you have a PGMP in your CV, then it will add weight. But if you have PGMP in your CV may not get filtered out. Yeah, that's the risk. Now, if you are not worried about using search criteria for your CV selection, your CV has many other things to get it shortlisted for the conversation, then you can go for PGMP directly. So for example, you tell, I have my own agile experience and coaching experience and all. I'm not looking for a keyword to get my CV sorted. I'm just looking for certification to grow my knowledge. In that case, one can directly go for PGMP program. Else, it's good to do a PMP. The way PMI looks at from a preparation perspective, PMI looks project management expertise in program managers. They do believe program manager should be like a more envelope to the project management. So though when they become program management, they may be more focusing on strategic alignment and other related activities, but they should have execution level competency for project management. That's the expectation. And that's the reason they also ask you to demonstrate 4 years of project management experience when you fill the PGMP application. If you are a PMP certified professional, then you don't have to demonstrate that 4 years of project management experience. Now, putting the experience in the application is a small description, which anyway you can put in. That's not that critical, not difficult at all. But the point I'm trying to make here is that it is expected to have project management expertise. And if you're worried about your CV, then better you do PMP first. Yeah, that's something I can start with. Now, with this, I am giving you a default briefing about PGMP program with the help of PMI website. In between, when you have any query, you can stop me, we can explore. The default agenda is brief overview of PGMP, taking care of your queries and also explaining how our program can support you in getting your PGMP certification done with ease. Yeah, so that's our program objective for today. So first thing first, directly going to the website called pmi.org, going to a program page, which is called PGMP. So I go here. Thanks to the first question, some amount of clarification has already come. Now, before we get into the details, let's focus on who is the right person for doing PGMP certification. Now, PMI has their own data points, the people who are PGMP certified will end up earning more money and all those things. So yeah, there is some information about that. But I would say that people who are doing PGMP certification with us are the one who want to get little different from the crowd. The PMP certified professionals right now are 1.5 million. And somehow in the last 3-4 years, we see a drastic increase in number of people doing PMP certification. So in a one way, that certification is becoming more popular. It is getting more filtered. It is getting more referred in the CV and recruiters. But at the same time, it is becoming so common that people who don't even understand project management well are also PMP certified. That is becoming, anyway, anything becomes popular, it has its own downside as well. So individuals who are already crossing 15 years of experience, that's what I see in our customer base, they find difficult to just stick with project management. They want to do some differentiator in their profile so that they start targeting next level role, program management or a portfolio management role. And that's why they are getting into program management first with the help of PgMP certification. The another factor which I see drives people to do PgMP certification is many organizations are not having too much responsibilities associated to project managers. They expect team and team leaders takes care of day-to-day project related execution activity. And they are looking for a one person who can take care of interconnected projects. And they are more looking for a program manager role. So the descriptions and job requirements related to program management has significantly increased in the last 2-3 years. And people who want to demonstrate some kind of competency in the program management, yes, your experience plays a role. Just certification it's just a one certificate, yeah. But you want to bring us some differentiator, you want to show your commitment towards program management, and that's why they are doing the PgMP certification. So if you see that you want to get a little bit different from the crowd, PMP certified professionals are too many, you also aspire to get into program management role, or you're already doing program management, but you want to formally publish it in your profile and you want to understand the overall aspects of program management, then going for PgMP certification is good. Having said that, as I said before, in the CV selections, filter criteria, you may not see PgMP very often in the job description. So you will get noticed once your CV comes up. Yeah, like unlike PMP, where your CV itself may come because the PMP was searched. Yeah, while the recruiter was trying to shortlist CV. In case of PgMP, that popularity is not there because the number of people PgMP certifieds are significantly lower than PMP certified professionals. Yeah. So that's the first thing, that if you feel that this is something sitting in your target area, then you probably want to go for PgMP certification. Yeah. Any query which is basically focusing on should I do PgMP certification, because next segment I am focusing on how to do it. Yeah. So how to, what is the eligibility criteria and overall path for certification. Good. So hopefully you are clear that you have something to do with program management, and that's why you are here in this session. Now, the second confusion comes in that what is the eligibility criteria for PgMP? Yeah, PMI certificates have eligibility criteria. Now, one thing which we should interpret, PMI is believing that their certificate alone cannot make you expert in any area. They are saying that PMP certification is just one level of validation, but you should come with your experience and knowledge. So the PMI certificate are expected to be seen as a mix of experience plus education. Yeah, without experience, they may not add that much value. That's the mindset. So in order to communicate that, they put a eligibility criteria. Yeah. So in case of PGMP certification, if someone has done a bachelor degree, there are others options also, which will be just increasing the number of years of experience you need. So individuals who are having bachelor degree, you need to demonstrate 4 years of project management experience and 4 years of program management experience. If you have done PMP certification, then you don't have to talk about your project management experience in your description, which you initiate at PMI website. You only need to focus on program management experience. So what is the usual process for any PMI certificate? You initiate your account at pmi.org, you start putting the details, and first you need to put about your education details, and then if your profile is not attached to the PMP certification, they will prompt you to fill your project management experience. And once you fill your project management experience, then it will go for program management experience. You are expected to demonstrate 4 years of program management experience. That's it. This is the only criteria PMI is looking for your PGMP eligibility. They are not insisting on any 35 contact hours or 21 contact hours or 28 contact hours. That's kind of requirement you see for PMI ACP or PMP. Those kind of requirements are not mentioned here because it's an advanced certificate. One can prepare and give the exam on its own. Yeah, that's the thing. Now, there is a little different certification path, yeah, in case of PGMP. So you fill your application to demonstrate your eligibility. What happens next? So in general, the PMI can say the first step is you complete the application. Now, unlike your PMP or PMI ACP certification, unlike this particular program is expected to have first review of your application. Then it is going for exam, online exam. Now, review of application is not as same as your PMP review. Yeah, PMP review is just completeness review, but PGMP review is a completeness plus evaluation of quality of your experience. So the application itself is a test in a way. Yeah, you need to fill the application in a right manner. So once you fill the application, you go through first as a general PMI review, which validates your experience and completeness of your application. Once it is done, then it goes to a second step, which is called panel review. Yeah. So this particular program, PGMP and PfMP, these are the advanced level programs. They go for panel review. Your application is something goes for the panel review process. Yeah. Now, what is the panel review process? Panel review process is something, okay, not explained here. It is while you are filling the experience, the application, there are three questions where you need to explain the scenario, your experience in 500 words. And you need to talk about strategic alignment, your program governance experience, and program leadership experience. So you need to talk about a specific details which demonstrate how you have prepared, say, roadmap, how you have prepared the business case, how you have handled stakeholders, how you have taken care of changes and ensure program delivery. So there are three questions, and you have options. You can choose one of the options. There are two alternative options to answer that. Now you answer that thing in the application, and the panel review will review that answer. If your answers shows that you have a program management experience, then they will pass your panel review. But if your answer shows you just writing what you have read in the book, then they will say it's too theoretical. You are just talking about stakeholder power interest grid, stakeholder engagement and all, but we don't get a feel that you have really done stakeholder power interest kind of work, and you have not really done stakeholder analysis. You are just showing some jargons which you have read in the book. Yeah, so you can get a feedback on the panel review. You get a one opportunity to fix it. If you fail there, then they close the panel review, and then you need to start the whole application again. So that's a step one for your PGMP certification. Once your panel review get approved, you are passed through the panel review, then you get 1 year eligibility for giving your PGMP exam. The exam is simple, straightforward. You go for Prometric Center and you give an exam. The exam is 170 questions, 4 hours, and there is no scheduled break in the exam, but you can take the break up to you, because it is something not like the timer will not start, but you can take a break if you want. You pass the exam and you get certified. Yeah. So that's the process. In the next segment, I want to talk about what is the content of PGMP, what kind of exam content outline get reviewed, so that you get an understanding what is expected in the exam. Yeah. So any question before I go in detail?
Yeah, I just question around the panel review.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so the panel review, as you mentioned, like, it's like we provide some kind of an information and it will be reviewed by an human being.
Perfect.
And we will receive a feedback on that. Okay, we
Perfect.
are missing or something.
Yes.
So if something failed, then we have one more opportunity. So I think may not be the right now, but at the end, when I was going through your offering, it does include this support as well. Am I
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yes. So
Yeah.
we
So
do
maybe at
have
the
a
end, you can explain me.
Yeah. So if you need an application assistance, so in our program, yes, definitely I will explain more in the end. We do have a program where you can say that, oh, I want to take care of my application alone. Then you have a $299 program. When you say that I want to take end-to-end program, which includes application support, then it's a $425 program. If someone wants to just get an assistance in the application, then it's a $150 program. So these all options are there. And how do we assist you? We help you to first visualize. There is a video which is freely available on YouTube, which can help you in visualizing. But the major thing is, once you put the content into it, then we go through few iterations to make sure the content really exhibits the desired experience. So that is something we will ensure by working with you. It may take a week time, and once you are done with it, you submit, and most likely you will get through in the first attempt itself. Most of our candidates get it in a first attempt only. Occasionally, sometime, because it's a manual process, it's not something very scientific in nature, we had till now one opportunity where we got a feedback in the first review. Then we've improved further the application, and then it went through in the second review. Yeah, so that's the process works.
Okay, thank you. I was just looking for that, meaning in that of no, the first is application approval and probably then preparation, not the right word, but I'm just trying to put you in that way.
Yeah. So you can say so. So you can say little bit interconnected. When I prepare my application well, I am actually already preparing for program management. I personally believe the application is the better evaluation process than that online exam. Yeah, I feel online exam is trickable and all those things because you can memorize and still pass the exam. But application is something which really make you think, and really you really, if you use it well, it really creates a better understanding and ability to explain your program also in the interviews and all. So that's something is a useful step. Yeah.
Hi, Saket.
Go
My
ahead,
name.
Ganesh. Yeah.
So this is regarding like we are working as a technical program manager here. In whatever programs we get it through the funnel. By the time the budgeting, the stakeholders, like the leadership team, everything decides it. But we don't get to know like what is the budget that was allocated to this project and how much is expensed, how much is the saving. But we know like what is the business benefit that they are going to get out of this and all. But for the case study or for the one which we have to submit it, so we need to provide all the budget details and all. When I've gone through a couple of YouTube videos and all, they mentioned like we may have to know about those things because how many contractors have worked, how many full-time employees have worked, and who are the BSAs, like they
Not
have
not that much. Not that much detailing is needed. So let me
okay.
explain a little bit about the exam content outline, and then we also get the insight. So first,
Hmm.
I'm taking this question in the manner, how much content will overlap with my day-to-day experience? First is that, yeah. First, I want to understand, am I doing something? And second is, if overlap is say 60%, 70%, how do I put these answers in the application? Yeah, these are the two elements. So let's open something called exam content outline. This is PMI material for a program management. Now, the exam content outline divides the work into 5 domains. Yeah, that's the word they use. So now sometimes that also get confusion because when you look for a program management standard, they have a 6 domains there. Where here you look at,
Correct.
don't worry about the 6th domain which got added in the program management standard, which is called collaboration. They are saying collaboration is not tested separately, it's everywhere. Yeah, so that's something they put in. So not to get too much technical about these domains and all. So here they have a strategic program alignment. They have some, let me just read yeah, there will be a one page. Yeah. They have a strategic program alignment and they give a 15% weightage to it. Then they have a program life cycle. They have a benefits management. Program life cycle is the heaviest one, 44%. They have a benefits management, 11%, stakeholder engagement, 16%, and governance, the remaining 14%. Now, most of the people who come to us, they have an extensive experience in program lifecycle and stakeholder engagement. Yeah, these are the two domain which very much matches with their experience. The other may not be that deep experience, but they have some awareness about it. So let me explain. So strategic alignment domain basically talks about how do I ensure the program which we are executing is really strategic in nature and it helps the organization in achieving some strategic goal. So it's not like a tactical goal that we are doing a program so our technology will get improved. Yeah, that's a one program. That may be a thing. But even if that is happening, we need to say what is a strategic goal. Oh, we are upgrading our technology so our decision making improves so that we can be more competitive in the market and we can reduce our delays. That it becomes a strategic program. And it is very important for us to grow as an organization. Yeah. So now it is no more just moving our data center to cloud or moving our servers to cloud. Yeah, that's a one possibly a complex program though, but we have to convert it into a strategic one. Yeah. So they are looking for how your program really help your organization in growth. Yeah, in a one way. Then they talk about here the tasks that you are probably involved in preparing a business case. Probably. Yeah. Now I as a program manager may not be involved in that, especially if I'm working in the execution setup. For example, I'm working as a service provider and we do program for the clients. Then we probably will not have an exposure to the business case. We may be just starting from an RFP, yeah, and we may have a way of validating that is it a right program for them, but we may start from a request for proposal and proposal preparation. That's a possibility. But from an exam perspective, we do need to understand what is a business justification for it. Now, once you have a business justification, then it talks about authorization and bringing an alignment to it, which is more or less like a charter thing, which we know. And then we have another strategic artifact, which more or less all of us will be involved in a day-to-day life as well as for exam. And that artifact is called program roadmap. So I prepare a high level view, how things will be done, and I need to demonstrate how I will identify what goes first, what goes next, what is the interdependency, what are the external constraints, what are the governance point, and I show if my program includes 5 projects, how they will get connected with each other and how they deliver the value. That's called program roadmap. So when we talk about strategic alignment, the major focus is business case, charter, and roadmap. These are the 3 areas. Now, in the application, I can choose only to talk about roadmap. So they have a strategic alignment question, which talks about how much you were involved in business case or roadmap preparation. I can just say I was involved in a roadmap preparation, and I can explain how we did interdependency analysis, how we identified external limitations, how we identified tentative timelines, market opportunities, market windows, and I came up with this particular roadmap. And I can give an example roadmap in the application. That is done. That's it. Yeah. That's it. That is needed for your exam, and that is only needed for your application. That's a strategic alignment.
Okay.
So good. One thing got clear. Then we have a benefits management. So program life cycle first. Program life cycle is not getting tested in the application, but it is heavily getting tested in the exam. Yeah, the online exam is basically around program life cycle because 44% is the program life cycle. So this is more about day-to-day execution of a program manager, taking care of dependency, escalations, issues, risk, integration, overall resource management and resource leveling. Those kind of stuff is all about program lifecycle, working with the vendors, creating high level WBS, integrating it, all that kind of stuff, which you do, most of us do end up doing more often, is a program lifecycle. So application is not testing it, exam will test it in a more detail. Then you have a benefits management. Now, benefits management is an alternative to a strategic one. So when you do a strategic answer, you can also choose to talk about benefits management, one of it. Yeah. So we already started talking about roadmap, so we don't have to talk about it. But from an understanding for the exam, the way as a project manager, I may manage requirements and I need to make sure requirement must be met. What PMI expect, the program manager should manage benefits. Yeah. So what is the possible improving sales are happening? What is the improvement in customer satisfaction is happening? Some of the benefit oriented metrics is, and I need to make sure that we have an identification of it, tracking of it, and overall management plan so that benefits can be delivered and sustained during the program duration. Yeah, so there will be a questions around it. That's an online exam. You can choose to talk about benefits if you are not working on roadmap and strategic direction. That's also an alternative you can choose while you are giving the application answers. Yeah, so this is benefits management. Stakeholder engagement, nobody will face any problem about it. And there is a one question in the application about stakeholder engagement itself. Yeah, so all of us focuses on identifying. So that's a basic theory of stakeholder engagement: identification, analysis, setting expectation, working closely with them, having clear communication protocols, continuously engaging. Those are the tasks which you do. Any leadership role involves it. Scrum master involves it, project manager also end up doing, and program manager also doing. Maybe complexity starts increasing because you need to deal with more complicated stakeholders, but that's the idea. Stakeholder engagement. You can choose to answer about stakeholder engagement as a second question in your PgMP application. There is an alternative. One is a stakeholder engagement. Another one is a governance, I guess. Yeah. So there are options available. So you can choose. Yeah. Then you have a governance, which is about providing oversight. So the idea of program management is not getting delivery made with the help of project team. So you are not closely working with the project team to get things done. You are not the one who are writing requirement. You are not the one who are giving demos as per PgMP exam setup. You have an execution team. You need to make sure the execution is done as per the strategic alignment. You need to make sure that if something is not getting resolved at a project level and it may impact multiple components, which is a program, then I need to take care of it. I need to make sure projects are going in the right path, auditing and all. That all is called governance. And these are the 5 domain for your thing. Risk management is also too much heavily dependent on the governance. So this way you have a relatively, I would say that if you have a decent experience of doing program management, relatively straightforward content. Yeah.
So sorry to
Yeah,
I have a
please.
couple of
Yeah.
follow-up questions. So I completed my PMP last year in the month of August. So will we be able to take up the PGMP now, or we need to wait for the next
You
3 years?
can take. You can take it.
Mhm.
Only thing, sometime in general, the PMI takes these two application independently. Yeah, in general, application itself. But if it is a possible, if it's a safe thing to do, when you talk about your program management experience, probably you show less overlap with something which you have written in your PMP application. Yeah, so that way you can put it. But one of our candidate gave a specific query to PMI about it, and she said, she was working as a project and program in parallel. Can I do it? And PMI said, yes, you can do it. I worked with her in her application, and her application got approved, where she had a overlapping timelines with the project experience she put into her PMP application. So that way it works. Yeah.
Okay, so last two questions. Can we get your sessions instead of one of your team member session for the PGMP for the training purpose? Like
So what
I
I'm doing
reached
is,
out to Eisenberg, but
yeah,
I was told like you will be available only to answer some of the questions
yeah.
rather
So
than
what we
taking
do, I
session.
got your point. So what
Yeah.
we do, my focus for PGMP is a self-paced program. So
Mm-hmm.
I have created my self-paced program, which is doing good job. So people don't have to attend the live class. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you, and in case you need any doubt, then I am available. But if you go through our self-paced program, then you don't need live class. But if you say, no, I need a live class, then also after attending the live class, you will rely on self-paced only more, but that will happen. So we will give you a self-paced, and for the live class, we have a partner trainer. So we work with a partner because our major focus is self-paced program.
So how different is it from the YouTube classes, which is already there in public from
Same.
given by you?
Yeah. Same. The only thing is content is very extensive. So in case of our PGMP program, and it is a area to look into for everyone. So YouTube, I shows you some of the videos and all so that you have a clarity about questions. So we have our content in a study material, and
Mm-hmm.
here we have all your topics covered in detail. Yeah. So we talk about introduction, we have a program management principles, we have a strategic alignment around 2 hour content, we have a detail about benefits management, stakeholder engagement, detailed. Yeah. And for each topic, it is just like the video length is also digestible. It's not like a one video of 1 hour. There are small videos. And for each topic, I have prepared my own guide and some sample documents, also sample program charter, sample risk management strategy, whatever is relevant for that particular area. So this all comes as a part of our program. So this is like a strategic alignment. I have given a sample roadmap also, so people start visualizing things. Yeah. Similarly, you have a benefits management. We talk about the various benefits management topics, and then sample content around the benefits management. This all is there. Yeah. So in the YouTube, you have maybe 10% of it, but there is a 90% content which is available here. Similarly for rest of the domain. Then we have extensive content made for program activities. Yeah, because program activities sometimes becomes little tricky. So we have an ebook on program activities if you have seen the content, and then we have a separate tool in an Excel format which helps people to get program activities well. Then we have more detailed content related to exam outline. So see, this PGMB exam outline here is just a 72 tasks, but we have created a booklet for each tasks so that you get a detailed understanding, how actually I end up doing that task. Yeah. So this all is part of our content. And then on top of it, the another USP content is assessments. Then you have a significant amount of area specific assessment first. So we talk about, and we keep adding as and when needed. So we go into the assessment areas. Yeah. And here we have things like first domain specific questions, like we have a 50 question test on strategic alignment, then benefits, then stakeholders, all 5 domains. Then I get further in detail program lifecycle activities, just not program lifecycle. We have a 2 test on program lifecycle. Then I have added another 50 question test on various artifacts. Yeah, program artifacts. So that's another test we have, yeah, so that you get more comfortable with the artifacts and activities. And then we have a full length tests. Yeah. So this all is not there on the YouTube, but some percentage of it is available on YouTube so that you get a feel and you get a confidence that yes, I can do in a self-paced manner as well. And then you have an option to choose if you want to take only preparation, or you want to take application support and preparation?
Okay. So last question, because I have to jump for another call at 7:45. Sorry to rush through. So one more thing is like, what is the value add that we get if we complete the PGMP? Because after completing the PMP also, like we know like what is the knowledge, but we are unable to implement or apply those
Yeah.
knowledge.
So that's a little tricky part. Yeah. So the idea is, first is my language improves. Yeah. I know that what is program management well. I can probably put my experience well. And once I know what are the elements I need to discover, I probably try to build my experience in those areas. So you can say I got to an understanding of program roadmap, but I try to make a better practice that I start preparing a program roadmap. I got an understanding of dependency management, but I get more extensively involved. So I do a dependency management well. So that's a work in progress. I know it's a tricky thing, but that's how it is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Good. I think this helped us. Anyone else having some specific query? I know. So what we have covered till now from my side, you have all understood the how the overall PGMP process works. So we learn about the overall application process and details. And you can also have learned about the exam content outline. The exam content outline helps you in visualizing the depth of the content. And through exam content outline, I also gave you a little perspective on your application feeling. That's something I covered. And then I also gave exposure of our program, our offering, which is basically focusing on self-paced program more. And as we discussed, there are multiple alternatives. We have a joint full solution which takes care of application as well as preparation. Yeah. Now, only thing which I want to remind here is the PGMP preparation. Though for an experienced person, the exam may look very easy. Even with the experience, they can pass. Yeah. Maybe just get some terminology right, they can pass. But I am supporting this PGMP certification closely from last 1.5 year now. And PMP I have been supporting for many years. The failure rate I see on a social media and even in our client base on a PGMP is far higher than PMP. So if I go to Reddit, for example, and there are PMP groups, I probably see 10 success stories and one failure story. Yeah. But if I go to PGMP Reddit group, it might be one by one. Yeah, I have a one success, one failure, one success, one failure, and the success may come. I made it in the second attempt. Yeah, like that. So I'm not sure why it is happening. Maybe one reason is that it does not mandate you to follow some specific content. So people get little overconfident and they go for it. The another could be that they may have not access to a good practice test. That could be a possibility. The amount of content available for PMP is far more than PGMP. That could be a second reason. Third is exam itself could be a little tricky. Exam itself makes you a little bit think deeper so that you really align to the thought process. So why I'm sharing it? Because if someone understands that yes, there is no contact hours needed, but make sure that you have a good grip on program management standard, which you can download from PMI website, and the exam content outline, and probably have some evaluation process, whatever you use, to make you ready. Yes, you can use ChatGPT for preparation. Many people are using it, but have some evaluation process because the retake is $600. Indian price is also nearby same. It's expensive program. The first attempt is around $800 for PMI member, and retake is a $600. And sometimes when people don't succeed in the first attempt, even they don't succeed in the second attempt also. So until unless you drastically change your preparation style. Yeah. So I don't think it's tricky. I think it's just like maybe lack of materials, but many people find it little difficult to pass through. Yeah. So that's the final information I wanted to add before I open it for rest of the questions. Yeah. Anyone, anything which we can probably discuss.
So do we have a book similar to Rita Maculae, which we have for PMP?
I don't think that much. Yeah, but there are few books, but I have not personally seen them. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was really good guide, Rita Maculae's thing for PMP. That really helped.
Yeah. Program management standard is good enough. Yeah, but
Yeah.
good. Anything else? Yeah, please go ahead, Ram.
Hey, Saket. Yeah, thank you very much. My question is like a couple of questions. So the first one is with regards to the practice questionnaire that we get from you. How close is it to the real exam questions?
So I would say that overall mindset, we keep recalibrating and keep adding it. you do see on the internet that this exam was the closest one, and whatever someone says this was the closest one, I end up studying that. I just go and study that. So I would say that we cover almost all the mindset which will get tested in the exam. So if someone says, I saw agile questions, so we will have an agile question in our PGMP assessments, which are usually missing in any other assessment. Someone talk about, oh, I saw some amount of calculation little bit, so we add a calculation. Occasionally people end up seeing calculations questions. So I think fair coverage of all the aspects which one sees in the exam. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you. The next one is in relation to the offline study materials. So we get access to the self-paced learning.
Perfect.
Are there any like regular scheduled timings to come together and clarify any questions, or it's mostly based on individuals' questions?
So see, we do have a WhatsApp group which we invite you to join, and I also end up scheduling, but it is becoming difficult to bring people together on a one time, yeah, because of various time zone and all. So I nowadays send a monthly newsletter and remind people that they can schedule one-on-one call with me. Yeah. Now, so I can, if you have a set of questions, we do a one-on-one call. What other thing which I started is if you have a set of questions, I will set one-on-one call as per your convenience, but we will share that in a group also. So if anyone wants to join, they can join in. Yeah, that's another thing I'm doing. So that way, but we do support. Yeah, and then people keep talking about their experience and all. But there is no scheduled pattern. Yeah, so it's not like every Thursday, every Friday I do this time, this time, this time. I tried doing it, but only few people were repetitively coming. Then I went into one-on-one mode more. Yeah, so that's how we do. But if some pattern can be derived, yeah, if one person is available and says, I have a set of question I want to discuss every Thursday this time, and both of us can agree, then I can schedule that and make it visible to others as well.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you.
Great. Yeah. Anything else, anyone?
I wanted to check how much time it will take us to prepare and take up the exam after our case study is submitted and approved.
So say there are cases where people did it in a month. Yeah, that's the cases. They were probably they were too much focused about it. But average time I see is a 3 to 6 months. Yeah, people are taking. That's the average time I'm seeing. But yeah, again, it depends upon overall commitment and all also because things may get disturbed in between. But that's the kind of timeline you can think of.
Okay.
Application review itself may take around 8 to 9 weeks from a PMI perspective as their official commitment. But what we see, our clients usually get their application approved in 1 to 2 weeks only. So like there was a one lady, she wanted to finish the application and then start preparing. And she was thinking 2, 3 months will go in application itself. And her application got approved within a week. Now she said, no, I am not that much ready for the exam right now. I have other commitment. I will wait for a few months and then I will start preparing. I said, okay, yeah, but that application, I think 1 month is good that you get application done in a 1 month time max, and then you have 1 year time after that to give the exam. That's how one can go for.
The thing is, the companies will reimburse the only when you pass that certification.
I know.
So that may take a longer time.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
thank you.
Okay, we have a query coming in. Can you explain the requirement of 48 months of or a PMP with the past 15 year? So what PMI is telling is in order to do a program manager, you should also have a project management skills. Uh, in industry, there could be some people who are doing program management without doing project management also. I have seen some roles where they directly join the program management. But from a PMI perspective, they are not targeting that customer base. They are saying, guys, for us, people should be expert in project management and then they should be doing program management. Yeah. So that's the idea. Now, if you have done PMP certification, then they believe that you have a project management experience. Then you don't have to fill the experience details related to your project experience in pmi.org website when you initiate the application. Yeah, you don't have to do it. But if you have not done PMP certification, then you need to give 4 years start date, end date, few projects, maybe one or two, and talk about what kind of activities you did on that project. Basically a project management activity, team building and taking care of overall execution, mentoring, coaching, and ensuring that deliverables get done. Those kind of experiences you need to demonstrate. Yeah, so that's the 48 months or a 4 years of project management experience. People who are certified PMP, they will see this tab disabled for them. It will not show up in their application. They will directly jump to the program management experience in their application. If you work with me, when you are feeling, if you need to review your project management experience, we will do that as well. Yeah? So when we work on the application, we review your all program descriptions and your experience summary as well as the project experience you mentioned in the application.
Okay, just one more question on the
Please.
top of this. It says PMP within the past 15 years. So what will happen if it
No. Yeah, the experience should be past 15 years. That's it. Yeah. So it is like you can say or PMP has nothing to do with the past 15 years. The 48 month has to do with the past 15 years.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. The only thing for PMP is it should be active, because we had a case where person did PMP 10 years ago, he has not renewed it. Then again, you need to fill your project management experience. Yeah. If you have an active PMP, then only that tab will be disabled for you.
Wonderful. Yeah. So 15 years is nothing with PMP. It is with 48 months
Perfect.
or 4 years.
Yeah, perfect. Yes. Good. Anything else, anyone, which can help you in making clarity about your PGMP exam preparation or making a career choice where you believe the PMP certification is right for you? You want to take a final call about it. A PGMP certification is right for you. So if you have any query which can help you in making that decision, we can talk.
So, final question.
Please.
So, do we get any Diwali discount from the Eisenberg?
That my team can probably help you. Yeah. But PGMP, our self-paced program is pretty much cost effective. And that's the reason I am sticking to self-paced program, especially if once you see from outside India perspective, the live programs are becoming very expensive. Yeah. So I try to give double the content and in very, very cost effective price. Yeah. My team will assist in that.
Saket, just one follow-up
Please.
question. Yeah, so Saket, once we specify our program management experience, would there be any kind of a reference need to be provided from the organization?
So it's like this, same like PMP program. By default, whatever you write, that's it. The game will be over. 95% of the people, nice description, no evidence, done. Yeah. For some percentage of people who get into audit, yeah, they will get an email. And that email will talk about, can you give some references who can say that, yes, you have done this job. Yeah. So they don't ask any official letter from your organization. The reference email ID could be private email ID also, but they will share your description and details with that person, and that person has to say, yes, I have done it. There was one case in our experience where the lady presented everything, but when she get into audit, she was saying, no, I have a non-disclosure clause with my company. I can't explain all this here. I don't want to do PGMP. Yeah. So there was a one of the case. So in a way, why I brought this idea, make sure that if you have NDA and anything with your company, then you write the description well, because you need to share the description with those references. It is not between you and PMI alone. Yeah. Because if you get selected in the audit, that description also goes to your references, and their references has to say, yes, it was good. Yeah. So that much preparation you should do for exceptions.
Saket, thank you very much for reading my mind in advice. So advance, because I was just going to come that currently I am working on an NDA project. Even I cannot put on my LinkedIn. I'm not allowed. Of course, after 6 months or when the project goes live, actually it's a very huge program. Once it goes live, everybody in the world will know.
Yeah. So in a way, you put it in a way so that you don't breach the NDA, especially for that risk of getting selected for the audit.
Okay, I got that point. Maybe I will first check with my organization that I would like to do this thing. And
another
before putting content, I will check with them and
another thing I want to remind is you need to demonstrate 4 years of program management experience in last 15 years. So if something is tricky going on right now, you can pick up the past program management experience also, because you have a 15 years window. Sufficient time. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Right. Every time I end up in this issue, and no, I think I should be more defensive. Like I should check with my organization first and seek their approval that
great.
I may be subject to audit. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, and that would be my first thing. Thanks very much. Now I'm fine.
Yeah. Nilesh, you wanted to ask something? You raised hand in
Yeah,
between.
yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
please.
I just want to ask some couple of questions. First of all, I am from the construction industry and I'm looking for the certain domains. Means I'm not working as a project manager, but I'm looking for the certain domain like procurement. So, how it is helpful for me for doing the PGMP? I have done the my PMP in 2019. Later on, there are certain other certifications also with me, but I just want to go in the strategic role as of now. So how it could be helpful, because as a procurement manager over, I am overseeing 4 to 5 sites over here from the PMC perspective, project management consultant perspective, and I want to go up over there. So what is the success rate and how many people in the construction industry doing this PGMP for
Good
their
amount
betterment?
of people in construction industry, especially from Middle East, is part of my program. There are people from electrical distribution, substation kind of places also. So doing certification is not difficult. We will guide you how to do it, but it is not difficult. That's a one thing. Yeah. So now another thing which I wanted to point out is program management is, as we define program, it's a collection of interconnected projects which has a dependency with each other. They need to be looked into together so that we can maximize the benefits we get from those projects. That's a program management. Basically ensuring that projects are taking care of their interdependency, making sure the shared resources are used well, all projects are focusing to a strategic objective, and making sure that we are working as a cohesive family. That's a program management. It's an execution oriented thing. Yeah. So if you see that you are part of that execution group, then probably it will be more useful for you to demonstrate that experience. But if you see yourself, I'm not in execution, but I am more into governance and identifying which project to do next, and are we doing rightly, or we need to do budget change and all those things, then you can also explore one of the possibility. PMI has another program, they call it portfolio management. Portfolio management is more like an account management or group of interconnect, not necessarily connected. They could be independent projects also, but there are multiple projects or programs, and the focus is helping the management to decide where should we put more money, what kind of initiative we should start, where we need more attention, and working with the strategic people who are providing approval and providing reports and other things to them. So when you say that you work with a PMC organization, that's why I brought both the descriptions to you. You probably need to decide which one is more aligned to your day-to-day work. I sense it could be portfolio management, but you need to check it.
Yeah, actually, I'm working with one of the IPC that is, and we are dealing with different clients. So, program management in our language, we can say that we are dealing with the similar kind of project with the different clients. For
Yeah.
example,
No,
industrial.
see, application and all these things are easy. Those things are English. We will manage. Don't worry about that. Yeah. I'm just
Mm.
talking about your future career prospects. Yeah. Application certification is a straightforward thing. You will get it. That is anyway
Yeah,
okay.
that is my worry, is that my experience is varied somewhat in the industrial commercial. So that cannot be possible because it will be a portfolio kind of thing that you have already explained. I understood these things because program is kind of a similar kind of project, but
Perfect.
I'm dealing with the industrial. Sometimes I'm dealing with the commercial. Sometimes I'm dealing with the fit out also in
Yeah,
the
so that's
construction.
the reason I brought this
Mm.
particular idea to you. But see, there could be an aspect. The presentation aspect can be taken care. How do you take care of your future career? That is more important. So, for example, I am a company and I take care of multiple types of client, but my offering is consistent and my team is providing those offering, but they are serving to multiple clients. Then it's still a program. Yeah, I can say I have my development group, I have my support group, I may have my procurement group. All of us are giving set of type of things, but they are going to multiple clients, but we are taking care of them as a coordinated program, because this program help us in achieving a movement in a particular market or achieve a revenue growth. So that way I can present. Yeah, that's definitely there. But the idea is the kind of competency and skills I am applying. Do I focus on more coordination, escalation, execution level? I work with the project manager very often, or I am only limited to data compilation, market research, recommendation, what kind of things I do on my day-to-day basis. That is something for the future goal is more important. Application you can manage in both the cases.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah.
Saket, couple of other questions that I could think of.
Please, yeah.
I at the moment I have released train engineer certification for like more than 4 years or so now. Do you think there is still value in doing PgMP?
So see, first you need to see what value you got out of RT. I would say
Yeah.
before you think about anything else, because depends. Yeah, people get some people get value, some people don't get any value. What I would say is, if you are purely working into safe environment, and if you see your career progression also going in a safe environment, then you don't have to do PGMP program. But if you believe that I have done, so RTE role is not a complete program management role from a PMI perspective. And that's the reason the Scaled Agile is also gradually removed the word program management. Earlier they used to say RT is a program manager. So RTE takes care of life cycle integration, dependency management, all those things. But RTE has no role to ensure strategic alignment. RTE has no role to ensure benefits tracking. In a safe language, that role goes to product management and business owners. But in case of program management, the way PMI defines, you need to work with the business alignment, stakeholder alignment, and ensure that benefits get delivered, benefits get prioritized, benefits get sustained. Yeah. So it involves product management role also, if I use a safe language, when we talk about program management role in a PMI context. Yeah. So if I'm sticking to program lifecycle related role only, I'm not much involved in strategic alignment and budgeting and business case preparation and roadmap preparation. If you have seen our previous conversation, we were talking about roadmap preparation and all those things. That's the little differentiator. Yeah. So if I see I want to do that work at some point in time, I better take it. Yeah.
Okay. The last question is in relation to the titles of the roles, right? So some of the roles, as you know, may not be strictly called as program manager. Some are like senior project manager,
No
and you
problem.
manage multiple projects, or a release train engineer, or a PMO manager. So does it really matter when it comes to the application process?
No, yeah. So in a way,
No. Okay.
PMI is very clear about all their certificates. They are saying your organization title is not expected to be ABC. Your role should include these activities. Yeah. So when your
Right.
role includes the activities which we learn in our exam content outline here, and we can say that this is the exam content outline which probably defines what the program manager should do. So there are 72 such tasks. In practice, if I say around 30 to 40 tasks, say 40 tasks are something which I do, then I would say it is very well aligned to what I'm doing. I will not do it as a theory only, and I am doing what is expected. Nobody is expecting that you will do all 72 tasks. Usually, people find they have a 35 task, I think, in a program lifecycle alone. 50% task out of it around is a program lifecycle. People find these 35 tasks pretty much relatable. You will relate with the RT role as well. Yeah, that's there. But the tasks which are related to strategic benefits may not be that much relatable for RT role, but we can say some of them are not included in my company's program manager role. Perfectly okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
There is one question also from my end. Actually, I have read the PMBOK 6 over there, which is very knowledge type oriented, and now it is PMBOK 7 is based on the agile
Principles.
agile. So it's
PMBOK
kind
8
of
is
a
coming
very
within a month or so. But anyway,
now
yeah.
now it happens that I read that in December 25, this is also going to be changed.
Yeah, yeah.
So, so is there any effect that we need if I want to give the exam after December, then
Two information.
hmm,
First, PMBOK is not a mandatory study material for program management preparation. First.
okay,
Second, any version of PMBOK is good enough for understanding foundation of project management. So if you have understood what is risk, what is issue, what is contract, what is fixed price, what is communication management plan, if you have those jargons, definitions clear, you are good for PGMP certification. Yeah. Final thing is, PMBOK change does not changes any exam. Even PMP is not changing. Only when the exam content outline get revisited, we will see the change in the exam. So even with PMBOK 8 coming in, there is no impact on PMP exam. PGMP will come not at all connected much. Yeah, it's just a foundational thing.
So only PMBOK 6, if I read, that will be suffice the things, or PMBOK 7, I feel I read it will suffice the
So
requirement of
even if
PGMP.
you don't read any of the PMBOK, still you can prepare for PgMP. Yeah, that's the one thing. You just need to know foundations of project management. Any book you can pick up which gives you good foundation, if you don't have it, is good enough. And PMBOK 6 is a good book. Yeah, I would say PMBOK 6 is a better book than PMBOK 7. PMBOK 7 will hardly give you any clue about what is the foundation of project management. It is little high level. And that's why they are bringing PMBOK 8 back. So PMBOK 8 will bring a lot of things which they drop in PMBOK 7 from PMBOK 6. Those things will get added again. So that's their game. They will keep doing it.
Yeah, I second on these things. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. So this is what we wanted to discuss today. If you have any other follow-up query, you can connect with us. Yeah, my team will be in touch. Now there is a question, do we have a only preparation exam? Our program is only preparation only. We don't have any exam thing. Exam one has to give separately with PMI. Yeah. So our program makes you ready for preparation, which I have shared as a link. Exam process one has to initiate with PMI on an independent basis only. Yeah. So that's how our program works. So there is no with exam, without exam. It's just a program which makes you ready for program management as well as for exam. But you need to pay and do other process related to exam directly with a PMI. Yeah, so that's something you can consider. The link for our program I pasted in our chat. I'm also pasting my LinkedIn URL in case you are active on LinkedIn. Connect with me. You can drop direct queries if you have any there. Yeah. There is no promo code. I am not into that much pushing sale. You have attended this class. If you make decision today, you will get this much discount. Nothing. Yeah. So the whole objective is you understand what is program management and you understand is the PGMP right for you. Nothing other than that. My team will anyway do best for the pricing and other things, but you can work with them. Yeah. Good. So thank you, everyone. It was interactive. It was good working and discussing things. Yeah. Bye
And
for
thank
now.
you, Saket, always
Excellent.
supportive.
Thank you, Saket.
Thank you. Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you, Saket.
Bye. Bye.
Happy weekend.
Thank you, Saket. Yeah,
Thank
well
you so
done.
much,
Thank you.
Saket.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye,
Take care.
everyone. Yeah, bye. Bye.
Bye bye.